Let's welcome Florida's Greg Steube from House Judiciary. It's great to have you back on, sir. Not one time did the FBI give a defensive briefing to Trump and his team like they did with the Hillary team. What's your thoughts about this story?
Yeah, it shouldn't be surprising at all to the American people at this point, with all the things that have now been illuminated by these different investigations, that the Hillary Clinton campaign was treated completely different and not investigated, unlike the Trump campaign that had 4 active investigations going on. And just in the 2 years that I've been in Congress, 16 different investigations by 6 different House committees investigating different various aspects of Trump, his presidency, and his campaign. So it shouldn't surprise your viewers at all. This is just more evidence to pile on top of the stack of evidence that is already available that there were deep state Democrats acting at the highest level of the DOJ and the FBI during the Obama-Biden administration and the early time of Trump's administration.
You know, Congressman Senator Graham says what's even more egregious is that the FBI used a generic briefing with Trump and his team, including General Flynn, not as a defensive briefing to give them a heads up what's going on. They use it as an intelligence gathering tool to spy on the Trump team. He calls this stunning revelations of FBI bias. The FBI was not trying to protect, but were trying to undermine, infiltrate the Trump campaign, and they continue to do surveillance on the Trump administration into 2017. Your reaction?
Yeah, they were trying to set the president up and Flynn up, and Chris Christie, I believe, was involved in that first debriefing. And on the document, the document that detailed and memorized the events and what was discussed was Crossfire Hurricane. Some of the declassified information that was declassified said Crossfire Hurricane, which was the investigation on Trump and the Trump campaign allegedly colluding and conspiring with Russia, which we know now is a complete false narrative that was perpetrated by the Democrats and the DOJ, that was relied upon a fictitious dossier that we now know to be completely false. And they knew at the time to be completely false. So they went in with the complete objective to get information to bolster their uncredible Crossfire Hurricane investigation against the president.
All right. Congressman Steube, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Again,